FanDuel, RainBet, Betway, DraftKings. Long ago, the four pillars of gambling lived in harmony until Polymarket attacked.
And ever since then, it's been a complete disaster.
So let's talk about gambling. It's been a part of life since the dawn of time and it has only evolved over the years. But recently, it has reached a point where it feels like everybody is doing it and it's starting to concern me. Too many of y'all are addicts!
Stop it. Get some help.
My only experience with gambling has either been me losing money due to not being able to understand the game I was playing, or getting straight up kicked out of the dice game altogether because I was so bad that my money didn't even feel like it was worth taking. Yeah, so it's no wonder I've never been too keen on it. So despite my very negative first-hand experiences with gambling, I'm glad that they happened because I never got a taste for it. I never even had the slightest interest in joining any type of sports betting app, and now I personally don't have any problems with sports betting or gambling, but I have peers who constantly indulge in it, and let me just say, sometimes I don't like what I see. Now, I've never been one to try and tell anyone what they should or shouldn't do with their lives because I'm not a perfect human being myself, but it's just something that I really think deserves more attention and concern from society as a whole. And with events like the NBA playoffs and the World Cup slowly approaching, along with others that I probably haven't even mentioned, it's only going to become a more prevalent thing. I've always found it really concerning the sheer number of people around my age and or older who flush a good chunk of their money on sports betting without a care in the world. And it's like, yeah, do what you want to do with your money, but damn, just like that? What makes this hit home for me even more is the fact that it's an issue that mainly affects young men all over the world. It has turned sports something we use to help us decompress from the stresses of daily life and also bond with our peers over, something that not only adds to the stress but makes us engage with the sports in such an unhealthy way that it even ruins our lives outside of it.
And not to mention, man, sports betting has ruined my life. It's ruined my life. It's ruined relationships. Look, man, y'all know how it be when you had a great parlay, it missed by one. Y'all know that feeling when you wake up the next day, man, you don't want to be bothered with nobody. Man, you know how many times I'd have been mean to my girl because I lost a parlay by one? I'd be so mean. And then I look back like, damn, I ain't even had to act like that.
The sports I mainly watch are football, no not that one, and basketball, and I feel like I can't even get into conversations about those sports anymore without it eventually turning into such and such player ruining someone's parlay. Sports betting has become so big that it almost feels like it's part of the sport. And while yes, historically that has been the case, I feel like with the introduction of online sports betting specifically, it has added a whole new dynamic to gambling that I think is much more toxic, addictive, and to be honest, looks way less fun. It clearly increases engagement, which I guess is a good thing, but at what cost? For me personally, it ruins the way people engage with the sport, because now they only watch these big games, not because of the sport itself, but what they could gain from it. And they become a lot more hostile towards these athletes and form negative opinions about them, all because they couldn't hit their stupid parlay. And today on the Crash Out Network, we have a man damaging his own property due to losing his life savings over a 6-foot light-skinned man who is not even remotely aware of his existence. How fascinating! To me, late January Champions League nights means being able to switch through and enjoy 10 or so different games simultaneously, but to others, it's an opportunity to hit the jackpot of a lifetime. And I can't lie, I've tried my luck too, but spoiler alert, just like 99.99999% of people, I lost, because that's what these companies intend for you to do. And if the only reason you're watching is because of the money, are you actually enjoying yourself?
I don't like gambling on basketball because I don't enjoy it as much because I'm so focused on the player I'm betting on hitting whatever targets that I've set out on this app. You know what I mean? Like now I need Jaylen Brown to go give me 30. And I can't just enjoy the game of what he's doing because I'm checking. Did he have 30 yet? Did he have 30 yet? Did he have 30 yet? You know what I mean? Like I need these guys to win. Like it kind of takes out the fun of
and it's
watching
added
the game.
Stress too, like just for no reason.
It wouldn't be a cause for concern if it just ended at the big leagues. Then I just assume people are betting on games that they actually want to watch. But no, it doesn't end there. People even bet on sports leagues way out of their region that they wouldn't watch otherwise if it wasn't for the fact that they have placed bets on them. It's so bad for some people that they gamble on meaningless preseason games.
Come on, Pablo. I need 2 more points, homie. 2 more points, you carry my parlay. Listen, I won every day since Sunday. I won every day.
But I don't think it's fair to just fully blame the customer. I also think there's something to be said about the organizations that promote and advertise these sports betting sites all over their product, only adding to the number of people who use them. The NBA has DraftKings and FanDuel plastered all over their games, but then draw the line when athletes want to participate within something they advertise. The English Premier League literally has their own players parade around with these sites on their jerseys on a weekly basis, but then they get punished. And don't even get me started on the countless celebrities, athletes, influencers, and content creators that promote this stuff. Bro, I cannot count how many times I've watched a video on IG Reels thinking it's just a funny prank, only for them to sneak in some stupid ass RainBet sponsor.
Bookie Butt. Spell IHOP and add an S at the end.
IHO penis. No, hold on.
Ugh, you nasty. Alright, I'm gonna do $100 chicken cross game to pay for this meal. Come on, RainBet.
What on earth does that have to do with the prank?
The lengths these companies are willing to go to advertise themselves using even short form content creators is insane. And I get it, for the average content creator you probably don't get paid enough or at all by the platforms you put out your videos on. I would know, I don't get paid at all. So trust me when I say I understand that the bag can be too much to resist, and I don't blame you for taking that deal. If a company like DraftKings slid in my email right now and offered me a deal just to advertise their product on one of my videos, I'm not gonna sit here and act like a saint and pretend that I wouldn't consider the amount of money on the table. But then I'd also remember how much guilt I'd carry if I knew that somebody out there probably clicked the link from my video because they trusted me and liked my stuff, and it sent them into a deep spiral of non-stop gambling. I just know there'd be certain nights where I wouldn't be able to sleep peacefully just because I had that thought in my mind. But then we have celebrities and content creators who have more than enough money to surely not take a gambling deal. I am no pocket watcher, but LeBron James, the 4th highest paid athlete of all time, should not be telling his massive audience, probably consisting mostly of teens and children, to participate in sports betting. I get that a bag is a bag, and I'm not one to pocket watch, but damn man, I don't think y'all need it that bad.
But today, it's time to bet on something new. Football players.
I like some of the Kardashian episodes. What the f does she know about football? If you've been around frequent users of these sites in any capacity, you'll notice that they don't even view their addiction as an addiction. They'll tell you it's an investment.
No, I'm not a gambling addict. I'm a sports analysis investor.
In their eyes, they view their bets through the lens of having high ball knowledge and IQ instead of what it actually is, a game of pure luck. And if you also pay attention to the way these apps are designed, it's a lot of statistics and numbers, which only reinforces how the users view their addiction as a positive thing, especially the ones that win big early, because that first ounce of dopamine after they win is gonna be all they chase, and eventually it spirals into the spending of tons of money, convincing themselves that they can replicate that success they had earlier on. And eventually, if they do get to succeed again, in their eyes, that one small win after 100 failed attempts is somehow worth all the money wasted beforehand, and then they just keep chasing that high again and again.
If you're on a roll and you're winning, you don't want to quit because you gotta feed that roll. And if you're really getting wrecked and you're losing, you don't want to quit because you're bound to start winning.
Okay.
So we've come to the conclusion that you can just never stop.
Back in my day, we used to go to the casino, lose our money. Now these kids are doing it all from their stinking ass couch. Shameful. Unlike traditional methods of gambling that we knew of, now it's all accessible from the comfort of your own home. And boy, doesn't it help that these apps have notifications that just keep bringing you back in again and again, taking all of your attention into an algorithm that's tailor-made for you. What also makes modern sports betting so unique is that before you could only bet on the outcome of a game, but now you can bet on specific details of them while they're happening. Parlay systems are a goldmine for these companies because they know that absolutely nobody wins. The objective for them is to basically get you to bet on as many different outcomes as possible with a little bit of money in hopes that it could result in you getting 10 times what you put in. And obviously you'll fall into it because you think you're Pep Guardiola. You're Phil Jackson. Even though sports betting was the main topic of this video, it's only a small piece of the larger gambling ecosystem because nowadays you can bet on absolutely anything. You can bet on things like the weather, whether Elon Musk is gonna tweet, or better yet, the return of Jesus Christ. Polymarket and Kalshi have done damage to society, I can't lie. I also think that the gamification of everything is just another reflection of the get everything now type of society that we live in. In an era where instant gratification is everything, mixed with the fact that people have always equated wealth to status and desirability, it's no surprise why someone would see sports betting as the quickest way to a lifetime of riches. Jobs and investments are for losers. You gotta have all of that right now. I don't give a damn about stable income. I just want a money spread on my IG story for the hus. The kids aren't even safe from this epidemic either because a lot of video games have a gambling type aspect to them where you put in some type of money for the hope of getting a big reward which you can use in the game, which entices them to keep spending more and more, essentially turning the game into a pay-to-play, which unfortunately is most games these days. It's quite predatory if you think about it because these companies are basically grooming future customers from a young age. If you are selling a product to them that builds a gambling habit while their brains are still developing and they're seeing their favorite streamers participate in it as well, then they're more likely to be a profitable customer in the future and therefore easier to manipulate. As much as I'd like to make some type of impact with this video by calling out the negative effects that sports betting and gambling as a whole can have on your daily life and finances, I know it's gonna take a lot more than me just saying, oh, you're addicted. Like, maybe you should like stop in it, like, cause it's bad for you, like don't do it anymore. I don't think that sports betting will ever stop, but I do hope enough people in the future see just how much they're being manipulated into keeping themselves poor and in debt. It's not a coincidence that compulsive gamblers have the highest suicide rate out of any other addiction. With sports betting, most of the time, you are never the winner. You'll always be on the hamster wheel chasing that next high, while the companies you are losing your money to prey on your vulnerability, not giving a single flying fuck that you're wasting your life away. And God forbid you win too much because there has been many cases of people getting banned off these apps for winning a lot. Their business thrives off your losses. It never benefits you in any way. You can enjoy and engage in your favorite sports without having to put your money on it. Don't let the big wins you see from others online influence you into thinking it's going to be quick and easy for you to do the same, because the longer you play, the more you lose. Fast money is not always good money, and the more you understand that, you'll start to see the value in investing your money wisely instead of spending it on online casinos that only want you to constantly chase that hit of dopamine. But yeah, that's basically all I had to say. Tell me what you guys think about this. Like and subscribe if you made it this far, and share the video if you enjoyed it. Y'all stay safe, and I'm out.